All right. Welcome back to D&D, everyone. I hope you all enjoy your downtime with Glorvik right now. So if I'm silent for a few moments or he's silent for a few moments, it's because we're messaging each other. So who wants to go over some things they want to share with the group about their downtime and stuff? Who wants to go first?
Well, I pretty much just had a rocky training montage with Lorake, and I now can have a cool little cleave attack. Um, but with poor rolls, it's not as effective as I would want it to be. But that will change because we'll keep working on it. That's pretty much all I did.
Mm. And Charles will say to the group, well, I just, did nothing much. I just spent time with my family, tried to get in touch with an old friend, but it was impossible and nothing much. And from time to time, you may like lose his sight for 1 second and see him reappear like a few meters far away. Like, and you're like, wait, how did he went there?
Phoenix looks pretty giddy, excited to be back with the group, but seems like he had a nice time. And when asked what he was up to, he'll be like, "Oh, I have this new instructor. Is there an echo for anyone else randomly?"
Yeah, it's Kevin.
I heard it.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't have my mic right now. I'll mute myself for now.
I got a new a mentor. His name is Brack. He's awesome. And I'm learning some new tricks with my flame. Also, I made some things. So I can give. But I made these for you, Gwilrick, and I'll hold out 2 potions.
For the purposes of this, let's say Gwilrick hasn't met up with you guys yet, because I'm still resolving my downtime.
Okay, then I wouldn't give them to you yet. But yeah, I made some stuff. I'll distribute when everyone's together.
So, are you becoming a dealer?
What?
Oh.
I don't know, just the way you're
No,
making
no,
this.
no, no.
Like, are you becoming a potions dealer?
Yeah, brewing and dealing are 2 different business. I
mean,
can help with the dealing if you want, Phoenix.
Well, I'm asking, is he gonna sell these?
I guess I've never really thought about that.
They smell sellable.
Mm-hmm.
I just like making them.
Okay, well, I'm just saying you're gonna need some money to get some extra more ingredients for the future, so just think about, like, keeping it going so you don't have to go and gather them every time.
Yes, I will admit I spent way too much money on ingredients for all of these.
So you should probably get a slight return so you can keep it going.
I can get you in touch with some people who will be very happy to sell you some ingredients.
Really?
Yes.
Connotations just in one ear, out the other. That would be amazing.
Dusty just looks like, how am I understanding the connotations?
That's up to your character.
It's like, no, he's thinking, like, how the hell did Fenix not understand that, but I did? Like, that kind of look on his face?
Ah.
Yeah. It's like, I blame Jeff's influence.
I mean, if you want anything too, Dusty, you know.
I like the fact that you could ask the goblin his actual name now, but you still call him Jeff.
I don't know his actual name yet.
Yeah, you could ask him, is what I'm saying, but you still just call him
Jeff. I did ask him! He says he refuses to tell me, and he keeps answering to Jeff. We had this in my downtime.
Nice.
It's funny.
Yeah. I have asked him. I don't think he knows his name.
Did the rest of you see that that there was another contract on Dark 4 about some
Mm, which
maintenance?
one is it? Yes, this one.
I'm worried that it could be the brother of that dwarf that we let get away, really.
Mm, yeah, we can go investigate on it.
Which one is that?
Ransacked delivery.
I also have some new information about Kyber that I'd like to share with you, Phoenix. And I would slide over the file that I have from the Red House on Kyber.
Is anyone's getting reverb from Caius?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
He was talking though. He needs to talk somehow.
Yeah. Just no one else talk while he talks.
yeah.
Should I just send Andy the what you sent me DM on Kyber?
You're free to do as you wish. If you want to send her something, you can go for it.
Yeah, I'm about to DM the information.
I mean, Goro, if you have any questions about that thing, let me know for clarification.
I'm just looking it over. It seems like a hell of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone got a little something cool, so.
I'm pretty stoked about my new ability. It's not what I was planning, but I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, same for me. Not the vibe I was going for, but would be useful.
Are you supposed to, is that you, Caius, in general? I see.
Yeah, I just kind of shared it with the whole party because kind of everybody's kind of in on this anyway. So.
Which house? The Red House?
Yeah, I got the file from the Red House.
He's a rank 5 member within the house. Which house are you referring to in there?
The Red House.
That's the Red House.
Okay.
Is this the Kyber? Kyber is the guy who we want dead, right? Or is this the guy who knows the guy who we want dead?
It's the guy who knows the guy.
This was his second in command.
Yeah.
Who's Escanase?
That's the guy they want dead.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Hayes is the guy who is the reason why Caius's brother and Fenix's entire family are dead.
Oh. Sounds like a dick.
Would be crazy is if he has like actual good reason to like have killed all of our people.
You know, I was going to make that joke, but decided not to.
Fenix won't have it. They were from a peaceful druid tribe, literally called the Peace Walkers.
That sounds sus. And he should need to do something about them.
Like, my Metal Gear Solid brain is making it so it's like saying, "Oh, so he did have justification after you said that."
Yes, killing an entire tribe of druids, definitely justified.
No, like there's a Metal Gear Solid game called Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. That's a plot.
Oh yeah.
That's a plot point that the Peace Walkers are kind of assholes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, considering the only member of the Peace Walker we know this has a strange obsession with strange potion making.
Oh, again. Fenix was a failure of a druid. He was not doing well as a druid in his original druid tribe.
And before, this is the cruelest training method of all time.
Willrick is having a crisis right now.
I was like, can we hear?
DM evil laugh.
Yeah.
Just my player is having a crisis.
Can we hear it from here?
Go roll it again. You get advantage.
Oh, advantage. Sorry, that.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the hell the ADV thing was, but yeah, advantage. Hey,
Ooh,
here we go.
20.
I got to type a paragraph now. Wait.
I get all the details.
If we're gonna be a minute, do you mind if I quickly go fill my water bottle?
Go for it. Get hydrated.
Hydrate before you dihydrate.
I gotta get a chair.
Are you gonna beat someone with it?
No, I mean, like, sitting. Right now I'm sitting on my floor.
Ah, man, I was hoping it was for wrestling. Well, you know, wrestling with air quotes.
Performance wrestling is what I refer to that as.
I call it real-time fan fiction.
I've heard it referred to as red deck anime.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's pretty accurate.
Really, that actually.
The weird thing is, I actually was watching a video on it about the unreality of wrestling. It's kind of interesting because it's like it's described as the only fiction that takes place in real time, because like it has to take place week to week with how it's written.
Sometimes I see like videos, documentaries, like talking about like the backstories behind some of the shit that they went through back when I was a kid. My oldest brother, he was like super into it, so I like watched a lot of WWE, WWF, and you know all that stuff. So like these documentaries like talk about like how they like would talk to each other and be like, "Are you okay?" Like he's like, "Yeah, that really fucking hurt." Like, and it's just so cool to hear them talk about it.
Well, yeah, because like they're performers, but those moves can't hurt if you do them wrong.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a physical. Like that's why everybody who does it is like such a like, physical specimen. Like that shit, like you get hurt doing all those stunts. Like they're just they're just good stuntmen who can also act. You know.
Well,
That's
that last
kind
part's debatable.
Some of them, yeah, some of them are better than others.
Yeah. I think the most iconic wrestler I know of is Undertaker, just because he lasted for so damn long.
Oh,
Like, he ended up on the news when he retired.
that man is so old. Like, he was wrestling so old, but it's because he's so big. Oh, man. Oh, wait. I stepped out for a second. What's going on now? Did Growwork rejoin the party?
No, he's patching himself up or something. I don't know. They're doing downtime RP and he's rolling.
Okay.
He's finishing up right now. Like, he should be done here in a little bit.
If Gork comes back with less limbs, we'll know what happened.
I would
Jokes,
like.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know.
You looking at the missions? What are you looking at?
No. I was thinking about maybe if Charles could use his Black House connections to help us locate Eskinez. But I don't know how to ask, like how I would phrase it or how I would even approach. I probably, you know what?
What I mean,
Just pretend I didn't say anything. I'll bring it up during our watch.
Okay. I mean, we can say that you were asking about this, if you don't know how to formulate it.
I want it a little bit more privately because, mainly because I don't want Caius wouldn't want anyone stopping him from exacting his version of revenge. Including, though he obviously owes Phoenix a lot, so that's why he's gonna wait.
Okay.
Good thing we do watch together.
It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be like Monte Cristo in here.
So I'm just imagining we're in the guild hall. Does the guild hall have a bar?
I mean, Charles is just now in the guild hall, like in what looks for you guys like a spandex green superhero suit, and he's just like doing the Ned Flanders dances. And so changes clothes, like touch the suit, new clothes, touch it, new clothes,
What? That's pretty cool. So I guess we're all kind of huddled around then. You'll see Caius is like kind of like bruised up probably from his training.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Especially with my shitty rolls.
Bro, dude, all of you made some bad rolls during downtime.
Mine weren't so bad.
I got a 1.
No, yeah, I just had 1 on the 10.
Well, Caius, you rolled 2 1s, then a 2, then a 5, like in a row, like, sheesh. And then you had Phoenix with a 4 persuasion, but then clutched it with a 21 con save.
Yeah. Caius, where did your left eye go?
We're in an eye patch now. No, yeah, Lorraine kicked my ass. How big is Lorraine? Because it looked like he was pretty big from that picture. Is he like a massive lizard?
Wait, is he an arena fighter?
Well, when I met him was the Scarforge.
So the arena.
Thank you.
Yeah.
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 But I found out he's also a Red House member, which I didn't know until he became my mentor, so.
Yeah. DM does cool stuff sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know if you were gonna keep Lorake around after I joined like the Red House. I didn't know if you were gonna find someone. I like the whole because he's like the antithesis of what Caius is. He's very cynical, I feel like.
Oh, he absolutely is cynical.
And then Caius that
because I have like a lot of NPCs and I just reuse them from other campaigns or other player characters. And I'll just have like a few and I'll go eeny meeny miny mo, or I'll roll a die and I pick it. And I thought what would be cool is because when you get level 2 in a house, you get like a mentor, an associate, you get someone assigned to you to help you out. And I was like, man, I kind of like this character. I don't want him to fade in the background, so I made him your mentor.
Yeah, he's cool. Perfect. He's perfect for Caius, I think.
Yeah. And now I want Charles to come back in the future as an NPC.
Eric. Just imagine how someone else feels, like who's in a similar position to you. All right, everyone is back at the guild now. You guys were waiting a little bit for Wilrick, and he comes in. Wilrick, do you want to describe a new thing about you to your party?
Well, first of all, I enter and I'm fairly pensive when I do, but also everywhere has a certain amount of dust and sediment, and you notice that it's starting to swirl around me on account of there being a slight breeze around me.
Mm.
Huh. That's new.
Wait, are you saying there's like just dust swirling around you?
No, the dust is a side effect of the breeze that's swirling around me.
The dust moves.
Yeah, I'm just saying the dust is the first thing you notice, and then it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think Wilrick's trying to steal my nickname.
I was thinking too.
And upon the remark of that's new, I go, what's new?
Do you not see all the dirt and wind?
Oh. And I just thought the air was a bit cleaner today.
Okay.
Well, there's no point in keeping it from you. I've made contact with a second ancestor.
Ooh.
Oh, you got
Amazing.
more ghosts.
Yeah, I do.
Huh. Is this one, like,
And
dirt related?
no, he was... In his time, he was a sorcerer with affinity for wind.
Hmm.
Fascinating.
That may explain a few things.
So why are you covered in dust, though?
It's the wind is picking up the dust in the air, Dusty.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, the way you described it, I thought it sounded like he came in covered in, like, clay or something that was on his body.
Nope. It's
I was with you at first, but I understand it now.
Yeah.
if anything, any dust that might have been on Gwilrick is off him now.
Yeah. So it's a very mild breeze, like a summer breeze type thing. It's mild enough that nothing other than like maybe dust will be affected by it in hair. So yeah.
Gotcha. Well, welcome to the crew of ghosts.
Speaking of which, Dusty, it's not important right now, but there is something I'm going to need to ask of you later.
Oh. Well, if it's about ghosts, I can probably help you out.
It is about ghosts, in fact, and I do need a favor if you can do it, but like I said, we can discuss it later. I'm sure we have other concerns to see to.
Don't worry, I'll introduce you to the cool lesbian I met.
What?
The what?
Oh, I met a lady like me who has like 5 ghosts. And she's a monk on Lunaris. And she taught me that there's about a few other people like me running around with ghosts on them. But like balanced ghosts, not ancestor ghosts.
Oh, so you're saying you're not the only person I can ask for a favor from? Good.
Well, that was mean.
I'm just saying in case you can't do what the favor that I'm asking for. Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay. Well, you could also ask the goblin, apparently. You guys remember Forik?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like me too, apparently.
Huh.
Got a ton of ghosts
No
following him around. Yep. Tally thinks he might have scouted me out when we were in the ball goblin lair. Oh, Tally is the girl's name that has ghosts. So that's how I
Seems a lot
spent.
of
Yeah. Sorry, Caius.
seems a lot of us have ghosts.
I know. Dude, we should really name ourselves something like that for ghosts. Like, I mean, I mean, we have Phoenix over there who's haunted by his past, so that works too.
It's currently flipping through a dossier that Caius gave him. Looks up. Wait, what?
I feel like we shouldn't have it be any name that we might assign for our group might reference to our affinity for the dead, maybe, but not fully about it.
Well, we're all guys. What about Grave Boys?
Perhaps.
There's only half of this group really has that sort of affinity.
There's only 5 of us?
Okay, so just over half of us.
Yeah.
The DM will say Caius isn't undead, or spirits. We'll just
I'm just saying,
put
like,
it that way.
the last
no,
session made it
we
seem like the
know.
ghost of his brother.
We know that, it's just that it is, in a way, the ghost of his brother he is conjuring.
Fair enough.
He talked last session.
Yeah.
He did talk.
Yeah.
It's spooky.
That did freak me out a bit. I'm like, okay, is he like a dead thing now? I was just thinking that was a construct of my mind.
And also Charles is in the Black House. He probably makes a lot of ghosts.
Technically, his domain is infiltration, not assassination.
Phoenix will hand the dossier back to Caius and look him in the eye and just go, "So what's his home facet?"
I believe that is why he's on Dark 4.
I see.
Which is why I slightly believe that we should go investigate this ransack delivery, mostly because it's possible it's that dwarf captain that we should have dealt with, and I don't feel good having unfinished business. But secondly, we have some other business there, but I would like to let the party decide what we do next. I feel like I've had a little too much say in these contracts.
It's been fine. The contracts we've taken, just because they've gone in the direction you wanted to, doesn't mean that you had too much say. But I do agree that I would like to do that one, simply, if nothing else, to keep the people there safe, especially if we did trigger it.
Yeah, it's kind of our fault if we made him go on a revenge quest.
I mean, he was already a bandit and all that, so... But if
Can agree with the reasoning, but I personally would like to go take the bullying the swamp mission.
Isn't that portal damaged?
Pardon?
Isn't the swamp portal damaged? This is in character trying to give reasons for why we don't go there till next week.
Even though you just came from there.
Oh, like that? Dusty wouldn't know.
That you just came from Lunaria?
Oh, I thought you said. I forgot that it was on the same facet. My bad.
Yeah.
I thought the swamp was on a different facet.
No.
Like Lunaria, when we were in downtime, I got the image. It was more of a dry place.
For where you were at, yes. So just for context, I don't have the map. Lunaria is a crescent-shaped facet where the larger outside crescent portion is like Rocky Mountains, and then it just goes down into a swampy area on the smaller crescent side.
Okay.
I just think it's a mission that intrigues me personally, to be honest. There's no particular reason I can say to convince you all that it's a worthwhile mission. It's more of a desire to aid a tribe in need.
It certainly looks interesting.
I'm gonna look at Phoenix. Phoenix, are you being totally honest with us?
Why wouldn't I be? You know I can't lie for shit.
Well, last time you had a panic attack when you were trying to calc your way out of that prophecy, so I'm just making sure we're not like leading into another near panic attack.
I'll be honest with you all at all times.
All right.
When I can. And when I'm not, it's probably going to be obvious.
Okay, but well, I think we should take. I think the delivery should take priority because this could be something related to us, and also it's a chance, two birds, one stone, because we're back on the place there Kyber was, but at least his last known location. If I'm remembering right, Kyber was there when we were there, right?
Shrugs.
He was. The only other reason is because DM said that he's not ready with Lunaria.
Well, so that will be for today, but because we're so delayed and everything, we don't have to worry about it. So we want to do bullying next week. We can.
So we can do the bullying quest, basically.
Yeah. So like I said, today's gonna be very relaxed, like not a full session today, just because of just a lot of things. So this is just wrapping up.
Okay.
So.
Mm.
So yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
Plus, also, I kind of want to play Baldur's Gate, so if we do wrap up early, I'm not going to be upset.
It's a fun time, but it is fucking big.
Yeah, anyways, back on session focus. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Gwilrick Gwilrick met his stormy ancestor. I met a tragic lesbian monk. Phoenix made potions. Caius found a dossier. And what did you do, Hugo? Sorry, Charles.
Oh,
Never did I not screw that up at once.
Just the usual things, try to... I might spend some time with my family, try to see an old friend, but couldn't,
Okay, when you
Nothing
say
big.
family, do you mean a criminal family or your actual family?
Yes. Both, technically.
Fair enough. Okay. So, what do your potions do, Phoenix?
Oh, potions. Yes, I have something for you, Gwilrick. I've been working on it for a while. It's taking me longer than I would have liked, but I made these two, and there's like this swirling red, blood red potions as he hands them to you.
They look like living magma.
The balls is this?
They're, well, it kind of, it's hard to explain really, but I'm gonna send you a description real quick. I'm DMing it to you.
Give him the full description. Oh wow, okay.
Can I?
You can. I just was like, I was expecting you to be like, just drink it when you get mad.
I want Eric to be able to use them well, because I had to roll high for these bitches, so.
You did. These required big rolls. Because you were going for big high tier potions. Oh, to put a rarity on the potions, in order, the rage potions are probably rare. The sleep potions are probably uncommon, and then the not cocaine is also uncommon. His face. I just saw his eyebrows just go up. I'm like, oh.
They're going to make you very angry, Phoenix will say with a grin.
I like to imagine that Phoenix has handed me some notes on this,
Yeah.
and Gork is reading over it, and he's not picking up on all the alchemy jargon, but he is seeing references to the effects. As okay, that's
Here's it with the proper spacing. It looks way nicer. For some reason, didn't copy over the spacing the first time.
I'm gonna have to pin that.
He's like, this is going in my bandolier.
Not the bandolier. These potions sound like they're for special occasions.
I'm extremely proud of how these turned out.
I'm fascinated you went in this direction with your alchemical experimentations, Phoenix. I just hope that it doesn't have any adverse side effects.
None of my tests thus far, though some of the other ones I've been making have a few negative side effects.
What have you tested these on?
Oh, just various things. What have I tested them on? Phoenix wouldn't do animal testing.
You didn't test them.
Well, you know, I can't exactly say I've tried them myself or given them to any other humanoid creature or any creature at all, but just various testing, you know? Which potions actually made magical creations and whatnot. Sometimes you just get a pool of random ingredients. This one had an alchemical reaction.
Well, I'll certainly give them a try if the situation is dire enough. And I put them in my backpack.
Now you just seem ungrateful. I spent a lot of time on these.
It's not that I'm ungrateful, I'm concerned. You want me to drink these things that you have not actually tested on something that's alive.
Alchemy.
Like I said, I'll give them a try if the situation merits it.
Sounds good.
Like, I would certainly use them against that thing that visited you.
Exactly. You've gained 2 potions of earthly rage.
Yep.
Otherwise, I attempted to make a potion that allows us to gain rest without actually having to do much. Now this one, technically, if I know the effects of it, I would have probably tested this on something to see that it makes them sleep for 10 minutes and whatnot.
Sure, if you wanted to.
This one I have tested. It seems to allow a creature to fall asleep immediately for a short period of time, in which afterwards they seem to be a bit more spry, though there are some hiccups I've been working on. It seems to make them a little less coordinated, a little drowsy effect afterwards.
So it's basically, it's a little less helpful and a little more harmful version of the Scholar's Incense.
Yes.
I just wish to understand what we're working with here.
Yeah, so the potion it's a short rest in 10 minutes. But in a certain amount of time, you have to make a save. Otherwise, you fall asleep for 24 hours. Or if you make the save, then you sleep for 8 hours, like normal.
Fuck.
Also, didn't you say there's a -2 to all attack rolls after?
No, it's to the health rolls. When you roll for like short rest, you roll the hit dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, you just get a -2 to those rolls specifically.
That's a little bit less broken. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just like terrible. I was like -2 to everything afterwards.
No, just to the health rolls, because you're doing it in such a short amount of time. It's not as effective, but you still get all the benefits of a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
In 10
Anyways,
minutes,
I tried to make one for everyone, but a few of them, well, I disposed of them. They were not safe. So I got about 3.
I mean,
We're
and then the
more
last-
likely to find ourselves in a situation where somebody's going to be hurt and we're pressed for time.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, and speaking of useful things, I've been caught up in things I've been doing since then. But earlier in the week, I went to visit Nodia, the smith who crafted my new glaive. I went to thank her for her craftsmanship because the silvering on this glaive helped in that fight in the rift. Not only did she seem appreciative of being thanked for the skill, but apparently smiths in the Convergence get a tax break if their works are useful in the closing of rifts. And as such, she's willing to give us a discount. So, if you need weapons, then my first suggestion is go see Nodia.
Do you know if she would have some Dimasteel?
Somewhat?
It's a material that prevents magic. Very anti-magic weapon.
Oh, that's that material. I don't know what specific material she has. If you don't have it yourself, I'm willing to bet that she would charge you so that she could get the materials. But I don't know. You'd have to talk about her for the specifics. I'm just letting all of you know that we have definitely a preferred weaponsmith at this point.
I mean, the only weapon I really use is my shield. This wooden shield he kind of holds up.
She makes shields, although they were metal from what I could tell. I didn't look at them too closely, but I'm just saying in general, for all of us.
So taking into account that a lot of us use teleporting a lot.
Not a lot, you can just...
Well, with Perot and my ability to teleport, and now Charles able to teleport, kind of the way combat has been going is like we're kind of here, there, here, and there. We could use like a Mirage type name. I'm still thinking about party names over here, guys.
Should we do you guys want to discuss one today? Since we're kind of it seems like a time to relax, just reconnect. So you guys want to just talk about names?
We are getting a bit of a reputation, so it wouldn't be too bad to have a moniker for our group to go by.
It's probably better we give ourselves a name before someone else gives us one.
I'm open to suggestions.
Phoenix, you got anything to weigh in on this?
Well, I don't know. The Fated Few?
Only one who's a prophecy center is you.
Okay. I opened a generator for this, and one of them is called the Convenient Lies. Will be very useful for at least one member.
Convenient Lies. All right.
I don't
That's
think
mainly for one member, though.
I don't think we should associate that.
Technically.
Do we kill a lot of people?
Killed a lot of goblins.
Are
Yeah,
they,
so
are they
no.
are goblins
Hard to
people?
avoid.
Yeah, I'd rather not define us by killing, even though it is something we do, you know?
Because I had the name Ghost Makers, but it sounds kind of violent.
Ghostly Guardians. I don't know. You guys have.
Yeah.
Okay. We get the last one. It's not... no discussion.
That's so funny. I literally have the same site opened up right now.
Honorable mentions.
That's not terrible.
Kind of like that one.
It's not good
Okay, this
either.
is great. This generator gave me fainting goats.
I love it.
Do we scream that much?
I was thinking maybe
I
something
mean-
that reflected our feats that we've already done. Like we've closed the.
Well, We closed an undead rift.
Yeah.
We keep
closed an
coming back.
undead-
Yeah,
Hmm.
we keep going back to
Ooh.
undeath or ghosts or stuff that's spooky.
Fate, fortune. That's why I like fate, because it has more fate or spirit. Because like spirited has more means more than just ghosts. Because ghosts is
Spirited
literally
away.
Gwilric. Like it's just you and Gwilric for ghosts.
It's like I look at Caius again.
Ooh.
It's just to make sure Belagus. It's like, are you? I'm looking at you, just my face. Are you sure that's not a ghost? Like giving you that look.
I don't know. I
No,
haven't
no.
met another.
No, I'm talking to Phoenix.
Relating to the
Yes, I'm
rift,
fairly
maybe
certain that's not a ghost.
Yeah.
the dead cellar or closer or something
Yeah.
will be linked with the rift and with some member having some links with
Hey, Clutch,
ghosts.
yeah. Wait. You're making
Spells.
potions, right, Phoenix?
Yes.
Are any of them alcohol based?
Not necessarily, no.
Well, if you could make alcohol, and then we have burning spirits, we have you making alcohol, a double entendre because it also refers to our ghost thing, and then also, I had a third thing, but I let it slip. Oh, you're on fire.
Just to set the scene for you guys are like in the Adventurers Guild, I'm assuming, right? Like in the public area.
Like in the,
Yeah.
I was sure there's
Place
like a
that's
take.
acceptable for us to loiter.
Well, like the public area, it has like tables and things like that for people.
I assume
main
we're around
floor.
a table, yeah.
Yeah, you're at a table. You're all just talking jargon, blah blah blah. The place isn't too full because typically you guys just come in during the busy hours when everyone else is usually there, grabbing missions, going in and out, turning in missions, etc. So you're like right now, it's like quiet hours. There's a few groups of people. Occasionally, one person comes in and out. People are like you talking. You can see a couple adventurers with bandages or splinted arms, things like that. People, yeah. It's very, normal.
I'm really struggling on this one.
How about spirited bastards?
Yeah.
Don't you
I'm
know?
even-
Don't you know your parents, Ulrich?
Well, yes, I do, but from what I've learned of common, bastards tends to apply to people who do know who their parents are, as well as those who don't. Besides, spirited could have more than one meaning, and it's not so wispy and lofty as most other ghost-related names.
Bastards. Just sounds so negative.
Well, if you've got another
Makes us
idea,
seem like a bunch of
Yeah, I
assholes.
mean,
Makes
I
us
try
seem like a
to
bunch of assholes.
I try to
I
go for
mean-
like towards starting on the same.
Maybe you guys should be called Plan B. That's also.
I knew you were gonna bring that
Yes.
fucking up.
If you didn't know, the last time this campaign was done when I was a player, our team name was Plan B.
Yeah, because we were never the first choice.
Why would we be?
But damn it, we would always be the last choice.
Well, we'd be the best choice was the logic because we always succeeded.
Yeah, we always succeeded. Yeah, we were
Ba-
Plan B. It's like
just
when Plan A fails,
barely.
you go to Plan B. Hey, listen, we had a couple close calls.
Yeah. I mean, Crow did die.
Oh, dude, I forgot he died. You're right. Oh, fuck.
I still like Fated you. Because all of us have different destinies in a way.
I know, but like, it also sounds like a boy band name to me.
That's what a party name is supposed to sound like.
I mean, you are a band of boys.
I know, but
Yeah.
I feel like most of them sound more like Iron Maiden heavy metal bands.
I think Fated View sounds better.
I like Dead Bastards.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like Bastard as a thing because it's like, have we been that much of a dick to people though? Because like, I know Dusty's
No.
inadvertently been a dick a lot. I don't know how much Charles has done in his downtime. Caius is actually very nice.
Just normal things.
As I say, like Phoenix, Caius, Gwilric, and even Hugo in a way have been trying to be very nice to people. Dusty is just a little oblivious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Charles.
If nothing else, referring to ourselves as bastards would lower the bar of expectation, so that when they actually interact with us, they'll be pleasantly surprised.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
All right.
Okay,
all right.
so bastards off the table?
That's my opinion.
Hmm.
What about squad? Like as a term for referencing us.
I don't
The
know. That
squad.
makes it sound like we're a group who wears weird outfits with helmets of various striking colors and doing a bunch of crazy poses.
Anytime I hear squad, I think of the fucking Groove Squad. I don't know if any of you watched that as a kid. It's a bunch of cheerleaders that were superheroes at the same time as Groove Squad. It's absolutely terrible, and that's all I can think of.
I don't know that specifically, but it sounds very much like the genre I was referring to.
Oh wait, is Ghost
think
still off the
you-
table? Is Ghost still off the table?
Ghost only relates to 2 party members.
Yes.
Okay, well like
Yeah,
okay. That
Um,
doesn't work then.
Fated few.
yeah, it's not bad.
but to be fair, Fated only refers to a couple of us too.
But I think each character, the DM definitely had a fate for each of our characters planned out. Like there's very much like a plot line for each of our characters that has to do with our fates.
I know, but we're
Not
discussing.
everybody knows that.
Yeah, we're discussing the names in character, Andy. So the only one we know has a fate in character is you, because you have the prophecy wall.
I like echoes of.
I'm not going with it.
Ooh.
I think it has a good ring to it.
Oh wait, Caius, Echoes? I think I gotta tell you. How about Echo Company?
I like that, but I also like echoes of the past that DM said right there. That sounds pretty cool to me.
Mm,
And like
yeah,
we
that
all
would be.
in our past.
I actually kind of just like it being shorter. Why not just the Echoes or the Echoes?
I could go with that. Just echoes.
I like that too.
That's
Not even a V, just echoes.
You're a member of Echoes? Like that's how it come out. It's like, and what part are you with? We're with the Echoes. We got 3. Who's else is on
Wait.
board?
Echoes, Phoenix has no connection to Echoes as a party name.
Your past is coming back to deal with you. It's echoing in your present.
His
Yeah.
past isn't necessarily what defines it, though.
I mean, in Phoenix's case, I think, yeah, kinda.
Okay. Okay, so Echoes and Fate are the ones that are front runners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. I really just like Echoes. It's nice, it's simple, it's to the point.
I do not connect to it at all.
Yeah. Faded Echoes?
Doesn't really work as a name.
And I'm not really a fan, in character or out of character, of Faded in any way.
Okay, so Fated's off the table.
Wait, what about Faded but spelled this way?
Where are you sending this? I'm
The
not
roll-
seeing any of this.
The Roll
I think
20
he
chat?
sent it.
20. Roll 20.
We're all talking in the Discord, so
Mm.
I usually keep it on Roll 20 in case there's combat, as for the recordings. Okay. Super true.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually help you guys out a little bit because this is fun.
Echo
Yeah.
Force?
Go for it.
I don't know. I don't know. I went.
Phoenix doesn't like Echo, so
I went to Discord and I saw the GNU Force, so that's what I was thinking of.
I don't connect with Echoes myself at all.
Why do you think that? I mean, everybody is everybody's past in one way or another plays a role in what they do in the present, and among all of us, it seems, even you, Phoenix, that is more true, more intensely true.
I disagree, but like Phoenix is a very different character than what I initially planned him to be as well. Like he's taken a shape himself based on the party we've been around, if not based on his past or backstory. So I also feel like it's in the same way that you don't relate to Fated, right? I don't relate to Echoes.
I mean, he could relate to Fated. I just don't like how it sounds as part of a group name.
It sounds pretentious.
Yeah.
The Remnant.
I find
the Remnants.
Echoes.
I do like the Remnants as well.
That's pretty good.
I found some are serious, some are not, of what I found when the White will go. But the last one I kind of like, the Grey Heroes.
The Remnants is nice. I like the Remnants.
Yeah. I can deal with Remnants.
I feel like because we're all kind of a remnant of something. Will as a tribe. Phoenix is the last of her tribe. I'm the last. Me and my brother.
I'm not against remnants. It's just I feel like that should have a qualifier added because Gwilric's not really the last of anything. His tribe's not
his
huge.
bloodline.
Well, it doesn't have to be last. It's a remaining portion of.
Yes.
Actually,
Also
no.
his
You know what? Now
bloodline.
that I'm thinking about it, there is an aspect that, you know what? Yeah,
Because you have.
And you can say that your ancestors being in you, like you are the remnant of them.
Well, that would be a different thing, but there are other aspects to Gwilric's backstory that make me think remnant would apply in that case.
You know, it'd be kind of funny though. As they're all from different houses, you want to put it as the Remnant House, where like where you get all the pile from everyone else.
Another thing that kind of fits into the Remnants name that we're all from different houses. So I don't mind just leaving it just the Remnants, but I like it.
I like just the Remnants.
Okay, I think we got a name then.
Works for me.
DM for the win.
DM for the win. I give myself inspiration.
Oh no, he's
such a great name.
Like, don't let him actually do that. He will use it against us.
I never said it was a great name, just that it works.
Oh, I had worse.
Oh, that was cold, Eric.
Hey, I mean, the worst party name we had is that once we were like participating in a tournament and we got sponsored by one shop. And we took their name as a name for our team. And we kept it for the whole campaign.
I remember
when I was.
No, it was just like the Three Sisters thing, It was.
For half a campaign, my party for my first ever campaign was called Lord Tor's Special Mercenaries because that's what he just kept calling us, and that's what everyone knew us as in the fucking town. So we were just Lord Tor, and Lord Tor, by the way, was a fucking asshole, the worst noble ever. So we were just Lord Tor's Special Mercenaries until finally we left the town and like screwed over Lord Tor and left and became the Silver Seven.
Nice.
When I was in a Star Wars campaign early on, we got our hands on a ship that was not unlike the Millennium Falcon, that kind of build. And I tried to bring up, the notion of what should we call the ship, now that it's ours, we can rename it. And people were kind of dickish in their responses to it. So I was playing no, I wasn't playing the pilot, but I was playing the guy who was taking initiative in renaming it. So I went to the registrar and had the ship renamed the Asshole Nest.
That reminds me of something. I actually did something similar. I think it was last campaign. It was the fucking Alibula campaign.
Oh, Alibula, yeah.
Alibula. I always pronounce it wrong. But like, I played like the one reasonable guy in the party.
Oh.
Like the artificer who was like one of our only healers, and we had a very
that was a very murder hobo-y group.
Like, I was just trying to keep fucking Parks, I can't remember his paladin that turned warlock, or... He kept going back and forth.
Yeah, he jumped around with different ideas.
Yeah, like back... But I remember he wanted to be the leader, and his name was Ragnar, and he said, "Well, Ragnar's rogues." And then we went to a tournament. I filled out the paperwork early, and I just called us Grey Company, since we were from the Grey Zone of the main city. And he was
Right.
so pissed off.
He was like, "How could you do this to me?"
It's like, I did not agree to this! It's like, and I said, yeah, I filled out the paperwork. It was one of the funniest moments in that campaign, next to getting a dragon drunk and almost half killing it. Yeah.
Well, now that we have a name, let's decide on what we plan to do next in terms of contracts.
I thought we were doing the swamp next.
Was everyone in agreement on the swamp?
I was gonna say, I think it was just me that wanted to do the swamp.
Like, I don't...
No, I kind
I'm
of
still
like it
kind of
too.
looking at it.
For me, it was either the swamp or the mines.
Well, the swamp is an area where I can help, we could probably help, Gwilrick with his question, too, because that's where Tally lives.
The other one, I'm also fine with ransack delivery, because there's a matter of dick face that we need to hunt down.
Mm, you know what? I just put everything, and we can just put some reaction on the ones that we want. Okay. Mines.
I'm gonna put a little fire for Phoenix.
Rift Demon. And you can put on several ones.
Yeah.
Rift
That's what
Demon.
I'm
What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we will do this one.
The silver rank one, you can't even take it if you wanted to, because you're still
Yeah,
bronze
that's-
rank.
But it will be funny.
Pick an emoji.
So if you haven't realized, every odd level is when you rank up. So when you reach level 5, you guys would be contending to promote to steel rank.
Gwilrick can be an elephant emoji. Yes! Yes! Thanks!
Yes.
Is that yes? You go.
And then we need Caius yet. It's probably gonna be like a sword and shield or something.
Can be something cute.
I'm disappointed that there's not like a
Oh,
run
Dusty
you
too.
elephant face emoji.
Mm.
That elephant is so cute though.
Mm.
Yeah, you did really good with that. I always like it when we have artists in the party because they always draw some cool stuff.
I gotta draw more. I've just been, like, tired as shit.
Yeah.
I've been so wrapped up in making dice that I was like, I've ignored like 2 commissions I have right now. And I'm like, ah!
Oh no.
Ah,
Do you think we're gonna end the session there, or do you want to continue?
Oh no, I got something lined up.
Oh, we do have something lined up for the Bullywugs?
Not for the Bullywugs, but for the DM doing things.
Chris, Dusty Chris.
Yeah.
You have to vote on Discord for which one you want to do.
Oh, sorry. A second. Okay.
What is Dusty gonna be? I'm voting that Dusty be a book.
He's
Yeah, I was
probably
gonna say, I was
be
thinking
the
the book.
skull emoji.
Okay, for some reason this doesn't
Yeah.
work on Spirited Bastards. What do we vote
No,
for?
no, all the way down, all the way down. Scroll all the way down.
Okay. Oh. And we gotta add a new emoji?
Yes, you have to do your own emoji.
Okay.
Phoenix is a fire.
Charles.
Charles.
Is the
Tiger.
dagger. Gwilrick is the
Elephant.
elephant.
Caius is the
Caius
2
is-
swords.
Even though he only has one sword.
yeah. Emojis.
I don't have like custom emojis, so I'm looking at the basic ones real quick.
I mean, that I was using a basic emoji with the elephant.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can put a skull for Dusty.
that's what I figured, or at least guessed.
A skull or a book?
Mm-hmm.
How do you-
You can search emojis too. You do know that, right?
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Sorry.
Just pick something for now. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Ghost.
Yeah, just put thumb up.
There you go, Ghost. Okay,
I'm a
cool,
ghost.
cool. Excellent. Alrighty, so we're gonna do SWAT next week.
Oh, actually, there is one with an elf.
Charles is like, hold on a minute. So there's
Lady.
So as you guys are talking amongst yourselves, and you guys are planning things out, coming up with team names, figuring out what you're going to do, sharing what you guys have done over these past several days, and all these things. You know, you guys have finished talking up. You're wrapping up. You guys are probably planning what you're going to do next, other than just a bullywog. I don't even, planning out theories, what's going to go on, anything like that. Yeah, just talk amongst yourselves for me. No, I'm kidding. The doors to the Adventurers Guild would push open, and you would see, not like loudly, but like there's force behind it, and a very intimidating looking dwarf would walk in. It's not a dwarf any of you recognize. His head is fully shaved bald, but his beard is very long, and it's dark colored with bits of gray in it. None of you really recognize him, but there's a few people in the Adventurers Guild that kind of immediately look away as if they don't want to make eye contact with this dwarf. And you would see him walk / stomp toward the secretary desk. You can't hear anything at first, but then you would hear the dwarf slam his fist on the counter and yell, "What do you mean it's gonna cost me that much? Do you know who I am?"
No, we don't.
Dusty, don't engage. Oh dear.
What? He seems to
The
be
dwarf
he wants to
spins
inform
his
us.
head and just looks around to see who said it. Dusty, give me a quick stealth check for me.
I'm not hiding.
Yeah, just give me a stealth check. That's all I need. Just roll it
15.
to see if he noticed it was you. He kind of looks in your direction, Dusty, but like he doesn't make eye contact with you. And you can see he's looking for who said that. And then he turns back toward the secretary. And he's very loud right now and being very forceful with what he's saying. And he's trying to hire a group of... Hold on, where's my notes? Shoot, I didn't remember what it was. I'm trying to remember what the second one is. Hold on. Adamantine adventures.
Oh boy.
Everyone give me a perception check if you're trying to listen in on the conversation.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, Dwarven Karen just walked in.
Yeah, natural one. You need to make a fucking halfling, so I have half.
All right, Caius is the only one who overhears this. Let's go. So you're all trying to listen in, but Caius, your years in the military of honing in, listening to the authoritative voice, aids you here and now, hearing this dwarf's authoritative voice. And he is shouting, or not really shouting at this point because you guys can't really hear him, but he's, talking to the secretary, and you hear him talking about an upcoming storm of some sort, that someone needs to go underground to do something. There's whispers and talks of, he needs the best to do this. He won't accept anyone less. He's just very kind of Karenish, but you can hear in his voice that he's not playing games. Your years in the military, you know when someone's just bullshitting you for bullshit and making you do more work because it's funny. But this dwarf doesn't really have that connotation in his voice. You're pretty sure he's being serious right now.
seems he has a pressing matter to attend to, and I'm not sure if he can pay for the adventures he's looking for, but there could be a good enough pay for us.
Well, if he settles to post it on the board.
There's some back and forth going on at the desk. And if you glance around the rest of the guild at the few people here, you got see these people trying to like spy in on what's going on for such an outburst, but they are definitely not making eye contact with the dwarf at all. Everyone else seems to recognize who this guy is.
Is there anyone nearby?
And to your table, yeah, there's some people in the nearby table. Not close enough they can hear you if you were talking amongst yourselves, but if you like wave them down, you could direct your voice toward them.
I'm gonna turn to Charles and say, You think you could convince them to tell us who that dwarf is? They seem to know.
Can we just go ask him?
Oh, I was muted. Yes.
No, Dusty, if you want to go ask him, you go right ahead and do
No,
that.
Gwilric, being
can
nice.
try,
Gwilric,
but-
being nice. Dusty, no, Gwilric, be nice.
I'm being encouraging.
I
No.
can certainly try, but you know.
I mean, you guys never gotten yelled at before? It's not that bad.
It's probably some witch dude from the upper part of the city, or some other facets.
You've
Oh,
never
this-
been yelled
this
at
seems-
until you've been yelled at in Luxodon.
They
What
seem
would
to
it sound like?
something about this dwarf, and I want to know it.
What does what sound like?
was-
Oh, you're talking about
yeah,
Glockstone.
angry Loxodon yelling at us.
Well, you know how I sound when I fly into a rage in battle? It's mostly that.
Mm,
So that weird thing you do with your nose or trunk?
Yeah, a lot of our epithets involve the use of the trunk.
Okay.
Is Charles gonna try to ask the other table?
I was thinking just waiting until this guy leaves and asking the secretary, like, okay, who this guy, you know?
I feel like now is our opportunity. We could ask, because these guys all seem to know who it is. Secretary's just gonna be like, oh, sorry, that's official business.
There's another outburst at the secretary desk of him yelling, saying he needs some now, not next week, not next month. Again, he mentions the word storm, Caius. And he give me a insight check, Caius. $16, perfect. So you're looking at him and you can kind of see his shoulders sag down with like acceptance of like, but not like the good kind, like the, well, fuck, I guess I get what I get kind of, you know, body language.
Mm.
And then he would turn around, just glare at everyone all at once, and then storm out of the guild.
Phoenix is probably looking at him kind of curiously, like, what is going on?
I would like to note that I'd been glaring at him, trying to meet his eye the whole time, like kind of the difference of what everybody else is doing, to see if
Right.
like he would like say anything to me.
He wouldn't. He does pause at you, realize that you're staring at him, but he'll just snarl and just continue walking out.
So wait, the dwarf just walked out?
Yes.
Okay. So do you guys want to go ask him? Because we don't seem to know who he is.
Yeah, just some witch prick, no matter who he is. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Phoenix is getting up and approaching the dwarf outside the building.
So when you do
Hey,
it,
I
it's
was
fine.
suggesting Dusty do that, not you.
Why would I do it? Why would I do it? It's weird when Phoenix says that it's fine.
So wait, Phoenix is going outside the guild to chase down the dwarf?
He's gonna say, we could ask him what he was talking about. We're not doing anything at the moment, and then he'll stand up and look at the group to see what they think.
I suggested this like 5 minutes ago.
Takes
Why
a-
was it a problem then?
looks at you, take another sip of beer, and shrugs.
No, seriously, I want to know what the hell was the problem.
He was in the middle of yelling at somebody.
Yeah, I could have just waited till he was done.
That's what we just did.
Okay. I just don't see why I couldn't approach him earlier. Anyway, let's go find him.
Who's all?
Should we not ask the front desk what job he wanted first, or are we just gonna approach him?
I'm gonna go approach him if I can find him.
I'm gonna go with Dusty.
I'm gonna go to the desk and just, look at where the dwarf went and just say, what was that all about?
All right, so we got Phoenix, Dusty, and Caius going after the dwarf. Gorga's staying going to secretary. What are you doing, Charles?
Yeah, we'll just probably go with Goodrick, but
Not really, just kind of floating around.
Just
Got it.
Yeah, following, but not so much.
Fair enough. All right, we'll do Gwilwick first. You go up to the secretary's desk. What do you say? What do you do?
I just, like I said, I'm looking at where the dwarf exited to make it clear what I'm about to say, and just say to the secretary, what was that all about?
He would sigh. He just shakes his head a little bit. Just another angry person upset about the new prices. That's all. He wanted to commission hiring some very high-level people, but couldn't afford it. And, well, he had to settle for, in his opinion, a lower-tier group. But, if you're asking me, I think he was asking for a little too much. Happens every now and then. People think they need the best of the best, and in reality, anyone could have taken care of it.
So, what the job he wants done is going to be posted?
Well, yeah, he did say, he did sign the paperwork. It will be posted here in a few hours once we get it written up and everything.
All right. Just curious, and I understand if you can't say it, but what tier is this expected to be?
Well, he wanted, if you probably heard, adamantine, but based off the information he told us and the threat levels, we told him he couldn't go higher than gold. So it will be gold. But between you and me, I think anyone above bronze could take care of this. But he shrugs. Who knows? Maybe he knows something we don't. So we try to trust the resources that we were given. We rather send people who are too strong than too weak. If he's willing to pay the prices for someone of a gold rank, that's on him.
Very well. Thank you. And I will walk away and go back to the table.
Yeah. For you three chasing after the dwarf, I need perception check. See if you can spot him as he leaves, or once you're outside.
Do we get advantage because his head is bald and shiny?
No, it's shaved, not shiny.
Oh.
Hey, and either way, you still wouldn't get it. No.
Guide it.
7.
I'm gonna guide myself just to see if this works.
I'll allow it.
Okay, well, shit.
Phoenix, is that 16 for this one or from the previous one?
This one.
Okay, cool.
I got
an
11.
Alrighty. Phoenix and Dusty, you both would spot the dwarf as he is stopping / walking away through the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, there's the loudmouth.
Sir, excuse me.
You chase him down and say this. He ignores you at first, and then once you like pester him a little bit more, like sir, you get closer and closer, he like turns around and stomps and just looks at you three. What?
We were wondering what you were talking about with the guild receptionist. And who are you?
Yeah, we overhear you in the adventuring guild looking for help. We were wondering if we could hear about this job that you're offering.
Oh, and what rank are you three?
What rank are we?
So
You're bronze rank.
We're bronze. Okay, I thought they were steel.
No, that's level 5.
Yeah, we're bronze. We were just curious.
Then I don't care, and he starts walking away.
Okay.
Well, I guess you don't want help from some capable adventurers that have already closed their first rift.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'll give her.
Oh, no,
I'll give him advantage.
No. Oh, with advantage. Okay. What do you say to give them advantage? What do you do?
I was just going to go, oh yeah, that was a lot of skeletons.
Give me advantage.
Because, like,
Okay,
I
one
can't.
sec, I have to-
It's like, this is terrible because my persuasion is at +6 and yours is not.
No, it's not. My character sheet is frozen. Give me 1 second.
FedEx is doing it first, so they get to the roll.
This goes to the luck gods.
Luck for the
live-
luck gods. Bane for the Bane gods.
I live for constantly just doing things that are not my character's skills at all.
Believe me, like that campaign I
Frozen.
told you about the other guy, he was the talker because everyone kept talking to my guy. They were talking to the insane people.
Intelligence, I have 0 charisma modifier. Persuasion,
Yep.
Your persuasion.
13.
Alrighty. You see him kind of like, kind of take a half step, but then he just shakes his head and keeps going.
Well, how much can you afford?
He's walking off. He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Well, what's your name, sir?
He's
already-
gone.
Oh, okay.
He's gone. Unless you're gonna keep chasing after him and pestering him even more,
It's like,
then you can. You can keep going after him if you want to.
it's like, do you think we should keep going or just leave it?
Oh, I think he's going to hit you if you ask him one more question.
It's not like I don't get hit every day. We're adventurers.
We could have lied about our rank.
Well, yeah, but why would you lie when you're trying to do official work?
To get the job.
Why would you need to lie to get a job?
Because we're bronze rank. We're saying this like as we're walking back.
Mm.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like, I guess, like, I think he's overestimating what he needs. Once he's desperate enough, he'll probably come back and get a lower tier adventurer that he can afford. Who knows? Maybe he's thinking of us.
What do you guys do now?
I'm heading back to meet up with the group.
Right. You go back inside the Adventurers Guild.
Do tacos exist yet?
Tacos? Yes.
I go get tacos for everybody.
But it's Monday. Tacos are Tuesday.
Okay. I go get... Fuck, I'm trying to think of an M word for tacos.
Margaritas.
I go get margaritas.
Hey.
I get margaritas, and I get complimentary tacos with my margaritas.
All right, that's allowed. I'll allow. That works. That works enough. Yeah, I like it.
And to celebrate a new name, I get tacos and margaritas for everybody.
Cool.
How much that cost me?
Do you want like Taco Bell Tex-Mex tacos, or you want authentic tacos?
I said tacos. I didn't say Taco Bell.
Well, yeah, but
And
like,
how
are you?
shitty is the tequila?
Look, I want my tacos. The tacos should be wet and soggy, almost.
Are
when
you?
get
Oh,
them.
so you want street tacos? Okay.
Street tacos, but the good shit street tacos. You know what I'm talking about?
For 5 meals worth, it's gonna cost you 3 gold.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Actually, no, it's gonna cost you 3 gold and 5 silver because Glork has a big appetite, and you know this.
I don't pay extra for him.
Also,
Okay, that's fair. You get him the same
Also,
size meal as everyone else. Got it.
that's gonna be fun.
I mean, look, dude. I already paid my ass off when I made a mistake. This is doing me to be nice. I don't have to be extra nice.
All right, so Phoenix and Kaya's come back first, and then several minutes later,
Dusty.
Dusty comes in. Gosh, I kept saying Chris and Dusty in my mind at the same time. I was about to say Chrissy. I was like, nope, that's not it. Dusty, Krusty. Dusty comes in with a box of tacos and margaritas.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants food? Technically.
Did the dwarf give those to you?
Nope. No, he told us to fuck off. Kindly.
Yeah,
Not
that's what I told you.
Oh.
Actually, he looked
I
like he
always
hesitated
freaking
for a
tell.
second. He looked like he hesitated for a second. I think he's going to get desperate and considerate.
Oh, he already put in the paperwork, actually.
Oh, what's he trying to do?
Yeah, I went and talked to the receptionist over there. You know, they're actually pretty friendly and accommodating. And I just asked, and turns out he settled for lower rank. The job may end up being a gold rank, but it could be lower. Who knows?
Okay,
I wonder if
so
they'd let me take it.
so what's the guy's name?
I don't know. Didn't care about that.
Well, that's why I want to know why you thought he was so important. Okay, I got the reception. Can I go to the receptionist and ask the salient details?
They say, other than what they told your friends, they're not going to share anymore until the official thing is out.
Okay.
Told ya.
Well, how did none of us get the name? This is kind of annoying. We can't look the guy up now.
Ask the other table. They seem to know who he was.
And you know what that jackass's
meanwhile,
name was?
You go to the other table and ask.
Like, I go to the table Fenix pointed out.
Yeah. It's a table of 3, and they kind of look at you as like, you don't know who that was.
No fucking clue.
Oh, that was Ragnork.
God
He's-
damn it.
He's one of the lead nobles of the Facet, or for the Convergence, I mean.
Wait a minute.
He's-
Is this the one
he's
I
not one of
drew a long time ago?
The name is the same, yes, but that's it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the original Ragnork had red hair. This is
I was gonna
black.
say, like, there would not have been a
Um,
hammer in his beard.
Yeah, no, this is different. This is different. And well, he's a scary fucker. Do you not know what he's known for?
No idea. Being petty?
Caius, real quick, give me a history check with advantage. Never mind, you don't recognize his name at all.
Can I do it since I'm proficient in history?
No, because this type of history is not in your wheelhouse.
Gotcha.
It's military.
No, close, but no. Actually, no. Gulwark, also give me a history check, but without advantage. Because I just realized you also do this.
It's probably related to the arena then. Let's see. History check.
Yes.
Wait.
So, Gulwark, hearing the name Ragnork, and then you're thinking about what he looks like, you would remember there is a statue of a dwarf carrying 2 battle axes, one in each hand, in a roaring position. And Caius and you would know anyone who has a statue is an arena master.
Still pretty tacky for a statue.
Huh. Wonder why Anna never
Ragnar-
told me about this.
The table would tell you Ragnork he's an arena master. You don't mess with him. He would kill you if you so much as annoy him. It's weird to see him here though. Like, if there's a problem, he can just go take care of it himself. He's not in the Adventurers Guild, but you know the rumors say he's on par with the strongest of the strong. He's probably adamantine level himself.
So it sounds like it's above our pay grade.
At the moment, it does kind of sound like, yeah.
The table does seem confused that like why he's there, and like because again he's so strong, why would he hire someone? You know, he could just do it himself or tell someone in his arena to go help him and order them around and go take care of it themselves. Like, why hire adventurers?
Maybe it's not just a strength thing.
I wonder if Anna knows.
Who knows?
You guys would go ask her? She spends a lot of time in the arena.
In the meantime, I've been checking out the tacos. Are any of them without meat?
Dusty, did you get any without meat?
I got 2.
You got 2 that don't have meat? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping you would say they were all meat, and I'd just be like, yeah, I can't eat any of these.
I forget. Does fish count for Gulwark? I forget.
I mean, Wilric's an herbivore. It's not a
Herbivore, okay.
vegetarian thing. So
Okay. I couldn't remember which one it was.
It's not
'cause-
that he doesn't eat meat, it's that he can't.
Right. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Can herbivores eat tofu?
Could he eat tofu?
Probably could
yeah.
eat tofu, but tofu's disgusting as fuck.
Unless you flavor it, then it's actually kind of okay.
I much prefer seitan.
True. Are you guys gonna go talk to Dusty's friend Anna?
I mean, if everybody follows him, I'll go.
I mean, you've met her before.
Mhm.
I would like to actually venture to this weaponsmith. Actually, first let me ask: does the weaponsmith make armor? I'm assuming, or no?
She doesn't make armor, but she can point you towards people who do. She actually pointed me towards somebody that I'll need to talk to at some point once I have a bit more coin. But no, she's a weaponsmith.
I believe there's another blacksmith shop like we encountered in Dark 4 with some dwarves. I believe I'd like to go visit them and see if they would offer the same kind of discount.
In Dark 4?
No, not in Dark 4. He said that they're a chain.
Do you remember what the name is, though?
Sickle and Shield, is that what it was?
She's got it.
I gotta write that down. Sickle and Shield. Yeah, I would like to go visit a Sickle and Shield and see if they would offer the same kind of discount.
Okay.
I mean, they're not a. They don't seem to be a. I don't think they're affiliated with Nodia, and she's offering that discount because one of her crafts was directly involved in a battle to close a rift. So
anything you order specifically for rifts, the craftsmen get a discount, a tax-free or a tax deduction for some things. Yeah.
So would it be better to go to her, get the name of the other blacksmiths so that we can go talk to them?
I mean, I could tell you the blacksmith she recommended to me, but I asked for somebody who does some specialty work because I'm hard pressed to find armors that are thicker than my own hide while maintaining my mobility.
That's understandable. Well, if somebody with such fine craftsmanship can make something for you, perhaps they can make something for me as well.
Well, if you're thinking of asking about a specialist like that, let me just see if I can recall. As I look into my notes.
Let's call large and larger.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, just say there on Dark Fort. There is a smith's shop called Large and Larger.
They're on the north side by the Tabaxi area. Yeah.
Would I know that there's probably not armor for me there?
Talk to your friend here.
Oh, but now that I think about it, it was mentioned that that particular smith specializes in, as the name implies, heftier folk when it comes to armor crafting. And as you don't get me wrong, Caius, you are lean and you are capable, but compared to me, you're kind of you're not as small as Dusty. I'll say that.
I would look up at Gork and be like, what are you trying to say?
Are those fighting words? You want to go?
I think he's saying you're small.
This is true.
I mean,
I guess I will.
Are small from my point of view. That's why I call
we're all smaller.
Yeah.
Small.
I say smaller folk, not small folk. You know.
Yeah.
It's a relative.
Then I'd probably go and see if I could seek out the Sickle and Shield blacksmith company.
On the Convergence? Okay, you can do that. Are you guys going together, or are you doing that while they go talk to Anna?
When they go talk to Anna, I'll go to the blacksmith.
Okay.
I'll go with him just to tag along, and I don't really care about going to talk to Anna, so.
Yeah, Fennec doesn't really care about talking to Anna either.
And it's not simply because the player Eric has an ex named Anna, so.
Dusty, are you going alone, or is Charles going with you?
I think you will go with him.
Okay.
So
Make sure nothing bad happens.
Yeah, we're going to the arena.
then we would do Sickle and Shield first because that's the larger party. It takes you a while to find Sickle and Shield. You get some directions. Eventually, you come across a familiar dwarven-styled workshop on the Convergence with the sign that looks familiar to you of a Sickle and Shield.
This isn't with either group. Phoenix is probably just pieced off.
Floating. Oh, okay. Got it.
Phoenix is zoning out.
Still, though, well, we already started, so we'll stick with this one. Gwilrick and Caius, you are at the store. You both walk in, and you can see, compared to Nodius, obviously this one has primarily tools and armor, as what they specialize in. They don't do weapons per se specifically. And you would see there's a few mock sets of armor on display, so people can kind of get an idea of what they want. They have some shields and other and various tools out. They have shovels, axes, sickles, buckets. They have saws. They have, a whole bunch of just handyman tools or working tools out and about. There's a couple of customers in right now. At the desk, there are two people manning the counter. One of them, which is in a conversation right now with a customer, but the other one looks open and free.
I'd walk up to that one.
Yep. As this particular shield, they're a dwarven family company, so it would be another dwarf. He would see, he was like, welcome to the Sickle and Shield. How can I help you?
Yes, I was just, I had recently heard that equipment meant for rift closing garners some kind of discount or a tax break from the Convergence. I was wondering if you could commission this piece, and then I'd hand them the recipe note that I have, and I would like to know how much that would cost here.
They would, to your first statement of the discount, they're like, yes, I see you're an adventurer and you've been around to a few stores. Yes, that we do. They look at the note for the armor sets. They're like, deep steel, dwarven steel, demi steel. Interesting. Well, this is one of our recipes.
Yes, it is. I met, damn it, I wish I had his name written down. It just says B. Does anybody remember that dwarf's name from Dark Forest? No. Okay. Yes, I met one of your kin in Dark Forest. He seemed to take a liking to me, so he gave me this. And at the bottom of the note, there you would see that it was signed B, and I'd point that out.
Yeah, they look at the handwriting. It's like, oh, there's so many of us with the letter B. It could be almost anyone, but I do recognize the handwriting at the very least, so I know this is from someone of us, especially the recipe. This is not something that is given out for no reason, and based off the language of making sure you're not idiots, I mean, yeah. So you want to get this requested from us?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he kind of looks you up and down, just as a rough estimate for a basic masterwork set of, I'm assuming, plate armor you want, or is it something type of other armor you want?
Yes, it would be plate.
Okay. If you want a set of plate armor like this, he pulls out like a little notepad and starts writing numbers down. Are you asking for a rush job by any chance?
No, this can take as long as it needs to take to create the perfect set.
Nods. Okay. We get the base materials in here. Do you want anything extra on the armor? Any extra alloys incorporated into it? Do you want it to be a certain style? Do you want it to have any enchantments on it? Is there anything else you want done to this?
I would point at the helmet I have, and I would ask, is it possible to? Actually, no. I would actually keep the helmet the way it is. Is it possible to kind of align it with the style of this helmet? And I would gesture at the helmet, He
asks you to kind of move your head side to side a little bit, kind of look at it. He's like, it looks familiar. Is that one of the guards' helmets?
Yes. I would like kind of an upgraded look of the old guards' uniform.
He kind of licks his teeth a little bit, and he's like, okay. Makes a couple notes. That's a style. You're gonna get it masterwork. Enchantments, extra alloys.
Not that I know of. I believe this will do.
He like pauses. Wait a minute, we can't even enchant it. It's anti magic. Ha ha! I'm an idiot. Okay. So, before we get your measurements, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a rough estimate. This is a plus or minus 100, 200 gold range, just to let you know. You're looking at around 2,000, maybe 750 gold in the end.
It's more. Oh, yeah. I do have one piece of deep steel.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, I'm assuming you pull out the bag of holding and plop it down.
Well, this one would be in my backpack because Andy's got the.
Oh yeah. Well, you pull you plop it down. He's like, that will help with the price tremendously. Okay. Deep steel, yeah, because I mean, if you bought the ingot regularly from us, it'll be more than if you paid it for at cost for putting in armor. So the fact you haven't will tremendously help with the pricing already. With this for plate armor, you're looking at plus or minus 100 gold, around 250, 2,500.
Okay, that is what I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could put down a payment for now and have work begin?
Yes, we do payment plans. In fact, actually.
Perfect. How much? How
much of a down payment you're looking at? Because there is interest involved.
Let me see. I'm willing to put down 300 gold as a down payment.
Okay. We can start with the 300 gold payments. The interest doesn't start until the armor is finished, by the way. So if you are able to get the funds before the armor is finished, then it's the normal 2,500 plus or minus, depending upon if some extra hours are put into it or just some extra work has to be done that we don't expect right now, especially with your measurements. So we can do that. He pulls out some paperwork for you to sign. Just a simple like, hey, if I don't pay this money with a certain amount of time, the armor is forfeited. Plus, you agreed to a 5% interest rate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The armor.
I was here to haggle for my interest rates.
So unfortunately, the interest rates are policy standard. We can't haggle those. Unfortunately, we are so terribly sorry about that, sir. And you get to plan out. He says, since you're not getting a rush job, you're looking at a couple of months at the soonest to get this done. Demi-steel is very hard to work with, especially when we're turning it into alloys. It takes weeks of work, and we can't even make the alloy here. It has to be made back in our home forge back in Darkforge. So, we got to transport materials. It just takes time. But we can assure you this armor will last you probably until you die, unless you somehow get a contract for the master smiths at the Yellow House. Then, well, that's a different story. He kind of chuckles.
It's good to know. Thank you so much. And I turn to Ulrich and be like, did you need anything?
No, not particularly.
Then I turn back to the dwarf and kind of hold my hand out and extend.
They give you a firm handshake. You can feel like the calluses under their hands from all the working they've done, which is similar to your own calluses from all the training you've done. And you guys are good. You guys are done. The order's put in.
And then walk off.
Get on out. For Dusty and Charles, you guys head to the arena.
Yep.
Dusty, you navigate through the corridors that are somewhat familiar to you, and you find where your wrestling friend is at.
Hi, Anna. Is life good? You punch people?
She's in the middle of throwing someone outside the ring. She looks at you. She's like, "Where's Glorick at? I need to wrestle him again."
Okay, I'll let him know.
Listen, I got a new technique, and I think I can finally throw him out. All right.
It's like,
it's like the half fork that I've been regularly.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, yeah.
So you know techniques with fighting? You guys have been fighting a lot, huh?
Well, when he shows up, little scamp, I think he's scared of me.
Scared. Sure. Anyways, do you know a weird asshole dwarf?
You got to be more specific than that, Dusty.
Bald
Do
and
you
a
know where we're at?
master of the arena.
And she's like, "Are you talking about Ragnarok?"
Ragnarok, yes, that's the one.
Well, I mean, everyone here knows about Ragnarok. Who doesn't?
Do you know why he would come to the Adventurers Guild looking to hire adamantine adventurers?
She would like shush. She'd like jump out in the arena, put a hand over your mouth, shush. And she looks at Charles. She looks at you, and then she's like, "Come with me."
Okay. We follow.
She still has your hand over your mouth as she's like walking with you.
I'm used to
He
this.
does have a tendency to speak too much.
Like I'm used to
I
this.
say to Hannah.
Like
Still a hand on your mouth. She looks at Charles. Who has he told?
Well, just people in our group, but I think half of the Adventurers Guild saw One Rock yelling at the secretary.
He went to the Adventurers Guild. Fucking idiot. God damn it. And she like removes your hand, or her hand off your mouth. She puts her finger on it though. No talking still. Hold on one moment.
okay. Ah, nostalgia.
Listen, all right? I don't know why he went to the Adventurers Guild. He's a fucking idiot. God, I told him that we'll take care of it.
So it's a problem here?
On the Convergence, yes. Shit, you don't know. All right. She quickly pulls out something from a pouch on her hip, and you see it's a badge that none of you recognize because it belongs to the Yellow House. And she's like, "Listen, all right, I'm officially part of the Yellow House, you know, and I don't really make things there. I more break them. My brother, he's the one who makes things, and well, okay. What do you know about the underground of the Convergence?"
Okay, do you mean the criminal underground or the literal underground?
The literal underground.
Not as much
Yeah,
as I should.
how much would Charles know?
The workbench. The area that Pentacost never finished because that was supposed to be his workshop officially, but then the he died and everything.
I visited once or twice on transfer. I never got far down into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Never been
Well-
that deep, I think.
Okay. Why do you think there's never been bad weather here on the Convergence?
Oh. So.
Related to some magic?
Yes, there's a magical device that Pentacost created along with the help of the original Yellow House leader. They created a few devices that helps protect the Convergence from outside weather and just keeping it together. Just a whole bunch of things down there. All right, I don't even know them all. My brother rambles almost as bad as you do. But there's rumor going around that the device has stopped working, and there's a big storm on its way to the Convergence. Now, we're keeping it hushed to keep panic from happening around. Hence why I want you to keep your mouth closed, Dusty. All right? Can you do that for me, sweetheart? And she, like, pats your cheek a little bit. Yeah, you can. You're a good boy. You can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the problem is, like, if it comes and no one's even warned about it, we should probably find some way to give a semi-official warning. Because if no one's warned about it,
they're going to go fix it before the storm gets here, all right? That's why he went to the Adventurers Guild because, well, Ragnarok's brother, who's in the Yellow House and is the mentor to my brother, which is why he's my mentor here in the arena. It's a lot of coincidences here.
Or nepotism.
Anyways, and so I'm part of the team, and supposed to be part of the team that's supposed to go down there and help find it and protect the people who's supposed to go down there and fix it. Now, this will be happening here in a week or two, and we're going to go fix it, and everything will be fine.
How do I ask in character what level are you?
If it's something magical you need, maybe that's why Ranrock went to the Adventurers Guild?
We have Yellow House members going. There's my brother's hiring people here from the arena. Oh, my brother. His brother and my brother are hiring people here from the arena to escort them, all right? We're trying to keep it off the records so people don't panic.
Well,
I'm surprised he went to the Adventurers Guild in the first place.
It's on the record because he officially put in a request.
Well, what's the request say? What's the wording of it?
We didn't know because it will take a few hours before it's officially put.
I don't think
He
he's
went
stupid
here
enough to
immediately.
say that he needs people to help protect the convergence from an upcoming storm. If
Oh.
anything, he's just going to ask for an escort down to the workbench for research purposes. She says in quotes.
I don't know. He was asking for high tier adventurers.
Well,
He
the
also
workshop
has
is dangerous, Jesse.
I mean, if he just say he needed some people to escort him to the lower level, you know.
Yeah. Well, he can't go himself because if he goes missing, then people start asking questions. That's why I'm going and several other arena people, and well, I guess now some random adventurers.
Mm.
Well, you could always hire us if you don't think. How bad could it be?
I'm not in charge of the putting the group together. That's him.
Well, he might call us. He sounded like he was considering us when we talked to him.
She looks at
Did
you
he?
and she's like, "Listen, I don't think you guys are gonna be best for this type of thing.
Oh no, I didn't say we were best, but he looked desperate.
I mean, he is very worried about it because he doesn't want anything happen to his home. Right? This convergence is home to a lot of us, and when people play politics, he hates it. He just wants to get shit done. He's very direct and forward in what he does. All right. He doesn't deal with bullshit, and he's having to play the political game right now to keep things secret to prevent people from panicking. Because the last thing we want is everyone flooding the other facets, and God knows what's going on. You know, crime's already at a bad enough state right now. If it continues going on like this, it's just gonna be horrible.
All right.
Charles will try not to smile when she says crime is horrible now.
Well, that's all we know. That's all we know, Anna.
Mm.
All right, seriously, keep it secret. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna go down there and they're gonna fix it. All right, my brother, he's kind of a little bit of a genius. I mean, he's in the Yellow House as a dude. You know, they don't accept male members very often.
Oh, okay. Well, if you say so. But if this shit goes bad, just try to tell us before it gets too bad so we can try to help.
Well, if worst case, well, you'll know things go wrong if a storm hits the convergence.
Gotcha.
Just
I will purchase an umbrella.
And how big will this storm be? Because
it's not just a rainy day.
yeah,
We're
because I've
talking
been to
about a
several
typhoon. We're talking about weather phenomena that hasn't occurred on the convergence since the shattering.
So would
Other percents have weather phenomenons, but they're smaller and they're in positions where the weather's less likely to affect them. The convergence is so big it sits down lower in elevation, closer to the void, where things are a bit more chaotic. So when the storm hits, it's not gonna just get people wet. We're talking about, I mean, the airships alone will all be destroyed. They're gonna be whisked away into nothing. Then you gotta think of all the houses and buildings and things like that that don't have support to withstand storms. Like this is all the farms, everything here is gonna be a terrible, terrible thing. But again, it will be fine because my brother and us, we're all going down there to fix it. So again, don't panic, but know if the storm hits, we died.
1 week, you say?
Insist on the thing.
What'd you say, Charles?
You say it's this storm will be here in 1 week?
No, in a month.
In a month? Oh, in a month. And when will your brother go down?
We leave in just under 2 weeks. We're getting supplies prepared. He said he's going over the original blueprints with his mentor to make sure they get the parts they need to fix it. Worst case, they have to rebuild it there using whatever parts they can put together. But so long as it can survive one storm, it's better than nothing. We can build another one between the next storm and after this upcoming one. But right now, we need something to protect against this one.
Yes, of course.
Well, I don't think we
Charles
can
will
help.
say to Dusty, like, should we go see Rock? I mean, you already did, but perhaps there is something else we can
Do you mean
discuss with him now that
Listen,
you know.
I appreciate your help. You want to do. If you actually want to help, prepare for a storm in case we fail, and be ready to help everyone else on the top side.
Yes, of course, we will help the ones on the top side and not.
Charles, like, I'm gonna steal everything.
More, I'm gonna just leave. If in 3 weeks this problem is not fixed, I just leave, go to another facet.
Fair enough.
Okay. Mm,
All right. Well, she has something else for you, unless you got questions.
no.
All right. You two go back to your group. Stay safe, Dusty, and tell Gorg I want to fight him again.
Okay. You know, you can just ask him.
Yeah, but then he'll expect it.
You know how being your wingman can be really annoying.
And that's why you're the best.
Okay. Well,
Appreciate you, Dusty.
Yep. I'll butter him up for you. Bye.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, you two leave.
It's like Chris, like character Chris, like I knew this was gonna fucking happen, but man, I was waiting for it. It's like, how do you feel,
Knew about
Eric?
what?
That Anna would get a crush on Gorik?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to put unnecessary censorship on her saying she wants to fight me again.
She wants to beep right in the beep with a and
Right. You all gather back up after some time.
So, anything exciting learned?
Oh, nothing big, you know. Just be ready to leave this facet in 1 month if what is his name? If that dwarf Ragnarok can't fix what he wants, because the convergence may be destroyed, but you know, the usual
What?
thing.
What?
Oh,
Can we help?
Something to do with the something Pentacost build that prevents storms. And it's not just a regular rain like we saw on other facets. It's apparently something that could destroy the whole facet, because we are very closer to the.
I know you said it's not regular, but did you say storm?
Yes, it's what she said.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
oh
What,
yeah, no,
Ulrich?
Oh, it's nothing to do with that specifically. It's just I mentioned before, FedEx, that I feel like we're the butt of some cosmic joke. Yeah, that second ancestor I connected with, like I said, he was a sorcerer with an affinity for winds, and he died saving my people from a storm.
The DM was supposed to point out you had 4 choices and you picked that one.
I picked a different one first, and you didn't make it clear that I couldn't.
Yeah. That's the one you could. That's the one you couldn't pick at that moment in time. But as the other 4, you picked the only one that was. I was laughing my ass off so much. I'm like, he has no idea. Oh my god, he has no idea. He's so mad. So you can blame actual fate on this, not DM fate.
yeah.
What can we help? How can we help?
Well, Dusty's friend Anna said that they were preparing some to mount an expedition that will go down in a few weeks. Apparently, I mean, Runrock thinks that they have things under control, but I wouldn't be so sure about it.
Well,
Perhaps we just happen to show up in 2 weeks to help them.
Just a second, get a phone call. Be right back.
I think we can wait until they put all papers on the board and go see him.
besides,
Take the mission.
I spar with Anna, and if she can fight half as well as she grapples, then I feel like they're in good hands.
I still think they could use some help.
Yeah,
Yes,
think maybe
but
we can.
there's the question of whether we'd be just getting in the way.
Oh,
Yes.
also, while we're
I
on
think
the
they know at least what they're doing from what she said.
while we're on the subject of Scarforge, Anna really wants to fight you again, Grorik. She's got new moves.
Okay, I'll drop by there when I can.
So, sorry. What we're hearing is there's a potential like downfall of a civilization of people, and we're going to do nothing.
I get the feeling, FedEx, that there's a potential downfall of civilization every other week that we don't know about.
But this one we do know about.
Yes, but we kind of know about it by accident, it sounds like.
I think that we should help.
All right, what are your suggestions?
We take the job when it's posted.
Well, we'll have to see if we can. It might be ranked above us. Like I said, the current guess is that it'll be gold ranked.
I mean,
So we rank up.
I think we wait and see what details are for this, but yes, we can clearly try to increase our rank before.
Can I look if the job's been posted yet? It's been a bit.
You can. And there is. Give me one moment. Let me type it up and post it. Missions.
I grumble in Loxodon. I hope you appreciate the silliness of the situation, Batos.
What's this? Are we still together?
Yeah, and I
Yes.
just grumbled something in Loxodon.
Okay, you said buttos, so I was very confused. Or was that something I just misheard? Okay. Well, this whole situation is... I mean, silly stuff usually tries to kill us, so...
I mean, you know, we have freed one eldritch creature. Now this will happen. I think, you know, there may be one link because the thing that we unleashed from the jungle clearly said something about Archer Pentacost, and from what Anna told us, this the thing that's currently malfunctioning was something built by Pentacost. So it's possible there is one link, like maybe this creature somehow influenced it.
That's a fair point.
Do you think he would go after the convergence, though? I feel like the creature wanted to take out the set first. Also, we have 10 months,
Right.
according to the prophecy.
Yes. But
There you go.
considering the convergence, like the main facet, I think, and these things seem to have
Did you see this
something against
job
Pentacost. Yeah. It's
Phoenix will
possible there
return-
is a link. We shouldn't
the job-
exclude this. Yes.
The job posting is up, and it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
That's crazy.
So the GP in total, by the way.
It's also gold ranked, which means we're not allowed to take it.
We could grind a bunch of missions and try to get a higher level before then.
In 2
Well, we-
weeks? No.
Mm. Even if we close another rift,
What's the point of showing us this cool mission if we can't even take it?
It's
I think
blocked.
that was the point. Showing
give us
things
something
happening
to
in the background that
aspire
we are still.
I mean, I show you like there's other things going on in the world. That's mainly why.
Mm-hmm.
Then, so we continue with what we were going to do and head towards what was the place? Lunaria or whatever.
Yeah, toward the swamp.
We're in the bug place.
Lunaria is gonna be cool. You guys are gonna love it. Out of all my facets that I've made, this is probably my second favorite one. So
We don't want another first.
why not?
Because it's gonna fucking kill us.
Hey, you've already been there.
And I don't doubt it's still gonna kill us.
You guys only almost died there.
Exactly.
Black snow.
Yeah, black snow.
1 second.
So it'll be fun. So all right, cool. So you guys know what you're gonna do next week, which is great. It allows the DM to prepare a little bit better because I have a rough outline for everything, but I don't have like everything memorized. So it'll help me out a lot. Cool. Anyone else got anything else, or are we good to wrap it up early today? I know it's a shorter session and like a lot less things happen, but it allowed us to like solidify where you guys are, what you guys want to do, and we can move forward without any hiccups next week. Get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Theoretically, I would make more health potions, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm fucking broke.
I can give you a small loan,
Small loan of $1 million.
I can make you health potions if you buy me components.
I can make you drugs if you give me ingredients.
That's a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so should we stop the recording there or what?
I think it's good.
I don't think I have anything else I'm gonna do.
Okay, so stop and continue next week?
Yeah.
Phoenix, maybe go to the greenhouse and look into what the swamp is like in Lunaria.
Yeah, just send me a Discord message to remind me.
Okay, I didn't know if we wanted to record that or not.
Nope.
Okay, then I'm stopping it now.